I can't get no peeps. It's 4:03 in the morning, so this is where I was like, I probably shouldn't be doing this, but you know what, I will. Then I deleted the entire last video by accident, so I am gonna power through this. We have a tub of 90s stuff here, and it's nice stuff. There's some interesting wacky pieces in here, but nothing of substantial greatness. That being said, let's power through. Toy Biz X-Men, like the Star Wars, I'm going to purge. Oh, I'm going to purge like the movies. I love my Toy Biz X-Men like a child, so I'm kind of torn on these things, but I have so many of them. Like the Star Wars tubs, I'm going to start packing these off in the corner so I can deal with them and look them over and see what really is duplicates. But the other thing is this market is just cheap. Like this is great figures. The Psylocke Ninja Force, $5, $6 card. I mean, it's a little more uncommon, but no one's crying for it. But personally, I like that stuff. Ooh, the micro playset. This is just fun stuff. I like this. $10. What a fair. Well, I mean, even at that time, probably was actually not a fair price. Now it's a fair price, but as I was saying earlier, $10. Then you're probably like in the store, like $10, 6 minifigures. Screw you. Nicely, well, not too nicely painted. Like they're like oversized Micro Machines, but still painted as poorly as Micro Machines. I love my indie stuff, but you know that's fine. I can sell that puppy off. I don't think it's even big bucks. Maybe like $15, $20. We have my original childhood Star Trek phaser. Shows how old I am. I'll probably keep it just for the nostalgia of it. But the rest of the Star Trek stuff, I'm pretty much going to purge the snot out of that stuff. Well, speaking of Star Trek, okay, I cannot purge this whenever I say that. This is Terry Farrell. You see the dust up here? I had this on display at the first house. She signed it. I met her in person. Just when Voyager was coming out, she was on stage and she was explaining to the crowd of Trekkies that it looked like a giant guppy. I just never forgot that. I asked her a question like in front of a crowd, like a couple hundred people as I was a kid. Like, what does it feel like to have your own action figure? Because I was just really into action figures. So that's a keeper. You know that. This was the only limited edition figure I ever found in the store. It's probably worth $35. That's about it. When I got it, actually, it was only worth $35 too. Same thing was next to my Jazita. I'll keep that one. So I just backtracked heavily like a moron on that. So these were all on display at some point on the wall. So Final Fantasy, I have a lot of happy memories of it, but I can let these go. I can let him go. He's not as valuable as they used to be. With all the newer action figures being made, even these original, right when this game came out, they don't hold strong value. It's kind of crazy. They used to, like Red X was like $75 carded. I'm going to assume this is probably only worth like $30 tops now. It's just, as I said, like sometimes the collectors don't care about the vintage pieces. It's of the time. They may have played with it as a child, but it also, there's a part of it mixes into it where, was this really a childhood toy? No. This was meant for collectors of Final Fantasy VII, probably in high school and college. So they're the affinity, those happy childhood memories. They're not there. They don't have that passion running deep into their bones of their childhood. So the collector market really isn't as strong, in my opinion. So if a really nice, clean shape from Kotobukiya comes out, they'll jump on that. That is my opinion, and you know I'm right. Okay, Jurassic Park. We got a couple newer pieces in here. I do like these. These are the only Mattel pieces for Jurassic Park I'll be collecting was the action figures. So I'll be keeping these. Not a big, oh no. Phalanx, I like. This is a really crushed card. I'm just going to let that go. I should have him like carded in our tub somewhere. Go Power Rangers. I like my Power Rangers. I like them a lot. But as I stated earlier, I'm stopping pretty much around Mystic Force. And this is when Bandai was issuing out a lot of the really cool villain figures. I like to collect now the figures themselves, not so much the Megazords, because I like the designs of the costumes. But same thing, it's like there's just so much stuff coming out. So I'm gonna let him go. I don't think this has big value. I think this series, the previous one, there was a number of villains made, and they were really beautiful and colorful. I'm gonna have a hard time deciding on getting those a new home. Some of those are worth pretty good money now. And we're off to, oh, you guys are gonna love this. You guys are gonna love this. Because I love it. You see, like we have Aliens, ATAC, Saber-Tooth, Cyclops, somebody has Gambit. Oh, that's Garbage Bag Gambit. And the greatest movie ever made, not Ladybugs, Golden Compass. But more important than all those things combined, more important than your family. See, you guys need to understand. You can witness Invasion of the Monster Women. This is the more weird, crazy stuff that was being produced. This is from 2002. They came from outer space, a race of voluptuous mutant females with the bodies of insects and reptiles, which now, in 2024, that's got a lot more kinky following to it than it did in 2002. So horrifying, the women and children scream at the sight of them. No man can resist the charms, yeah. So, guys, girls, which one, if it approached you, is the one you're going to go home with? Because, you got to go with one. God, I guess realistically, the only option you really have is the Vampiro one, and then maybe the Reptilica one. But after that, yeah, I think we need help if you choose anything else. This is just stupid fun stuff. It has no value. It's just insanity. They're really funky. So it's a keeper. I don't think anyone's paying big bucks. I could be wrong. So we're off to ATACs from Aliens. There's nothing personal memories of. I got them as a kid, obviously, but this is not like a carded sample I had or a prototype. So I'm going to put this one aside because the card damage is a bit of worn. I can't even speak at 4 a.m. We have the reissue, which is the 10th anniversary was. These were KB issued figures. KB was really smart on that. Look at that. 3 for 10. The lie. I think there's a lawsuit where the figure was never advertised as $8. It was always this pre-printed label, and they got sued for it for false advertising. But they were smart. They went back to Toy Biz and said, hey, can you just redo these figures for us and blow it on discount? And they're like, hell yeah. I think this is an alternate repaint too, which makes it more... no, nobody cares. $4 or $5 probably. It's just how the market is. Still battery operated too. I thought they would pull that gimmick out for the price of $3. Oh, see, this is the early stuff. So give me a moment. We're going to come back to him. Kane was like uncommon. I remember seeing a end cap full of these at the Toys R Us in Highland Park, Illinois, when I was a kid. And Kane was like you didn't know X-Force that well, as clearly as compared to X-Men, but you were like, I heard he's tougher. And I think he ended up being a little more valuable in the secondary market, but now I don't think anyone gives a rat's ass. Oop, we'll whack that card. No one cares. And Wolverine. This is the 3rd edition. Damn right. With Dark Phoenix. Oh, yes. Oh, wow. Look at that. It's already turning yellow. Shows how old we're getting. This might still actually have a little bit of value, but not the yellowing on it. Jeez, I feel old. I remember talking like Mego collectors, and they're like, our stuff's degrading. And I'm like, you old people. Saber-Tooth. Oh, that's so sweet. So anyways, this stuff I remember picking up as a kid, and we ripped them off the card, and he's literally coming off the card. Again, market's not there, but this one was what threw me off, because I was, as a kid, you're growing up, you're trying to learn of like the world that you live in. So you love your toys, but you're going to like the comic book shows, the up and coming toy shows, as I mentioned earlier. There wasn't just straight toy shows. So I walked into a show, and this is right after I saw Gambit, who's awesome, of course, the cartoon. I was more of a cartoon person than the comics. And I saw him in the store, and I was like, that is the cheapest piece of shit garbage bag outfit he is wearing. It is a freaking joke. Go to the toy show, and a guy was asking $35 for Gambit. And that just shook me into my core of like the reality of the secondhand market. I don't know if anyone's paying it, but it's just mentally you're like fried. What? And these were really nicely done. $5. You get Nicole Kidman action figure. It's just really highly detailed little miniature vehicle. I think this is about all I have from the movie, which was a fun, weird movie in its own right. Never watched the series, but nobody cares. So we got rid of a few things. We enjoyed the invasion of the monster women. I hope they invade your dreams tonight, people. Great props to the designer of the toys. Which crack team of drunk people on a Saturday night designed these things and said, this is a great idea, let's do it. And they're like, let's do it. And then the package designer knew exactly, like the toys were already designed. They came up to like Joe randomly at 2 p.m. on a Monday. They're like, Joe, we need a package. And he's like, I got it. And the decor of just that 50s girl staring off on the side, it just brings this thing home. And with that note, thank you.